61 Cash Hornsby. Adriana Molina, the 88. The 2 is Ezra Gerstenberger. Lion McPhail, the 55. Had a good day at the racetrack last Sunday. And Chase Rittering, the 56 machine. Kid Karts. The Young Guns, the future. The next generation of racers. Getting things started. 5-minute qualifying sessions. Class sponsored by Moss Brothers. Just starting to get some lap times in. Cash Hornsby a 106.75. They should improve on these times with each lap. And now Adriana Molinay lays down a 106.24. We'll go to the top spot. Early on in the session, now Lion McPhail a 105.53 for the 55 kart of McPhail. Ezra Gerstenberger, 106.31. So 105.53. The quick lap time to beat by McPhail, kart number 55. Just getting things started. Kid kart qualifying. Like to thank all the people that help us out on the series. Out here at Adams, minus 273 gloves. Piston Bones Graphics. Platson Karts. Check them out over there at the Pro Shop here at Adams. And, of course, Troy Adams Coaching. Five-minute qualifying session. Cadets up next. Cadets up to the grid, please. The Native Racing Cadet class up to the starting grid. Lap number 2 for qualifying. Cash Hornsby, the 61 kart, goes to the top spot with a 104.98. McPhail a 105.05. Lion McPhail now a 104.70 for the 55. Just in front of Chase Rittering up into P2 with a 104.72. Just missed. So McPhail looking to grab the top spot and go P1. First group out on the racetrack for qualifying. $104.70 for Lion McPhail, kart 55. Time running out on the session. With cadet qualifying up next. Rittering the 56 machine, 104.55 now. Going to the top spot is Rittering. Good qualifying battle here between the 56 and the 55 machines as the checkered comes out. 61 Cash Hornsby, P3, 104.97. As 3 of the 5 drivers get into that 104 lap second time run, with 2 more getting the checkered. Rittering 104.55 in the top spot. $104.55, a 104.704 McPhail in P2, and then Cash Hornsby with a 104.97. Cadet qualifying up next, brought to you by Native Racing. Cadet qualifying on the racetrack. Juniors up to the grid. Juniors up to the grid for qualifying. Juniors up to the grid. Juniors up to the grid for qualifying. Sponsored by Troy Adams Coaching. Cadets out on the racetrack. Qualifying session 5 minutes. Running the full layout out here at Adams Motorsports Park. Not one, but 2 bank turns. Very unique. The only kart track in the nation to offer that. Big Monza and Little Monza. Of course, the bus stop, the challenging sandbox, and the S's over there down on the backside. And that long straightaway. Use the draft, make a pass. If you time it out right, should be some great competitive close racing throughout the day here. Championship Saturday at Adams Motorsports Park, where heroes are born. Matthew Reinl, 51.05 in the top spot, cart number 277. 5-minute qualifying session for the cadets. Andrew Janus, the 12 cart, 51.62 in the number 2 spot. Otto Butler, the 14, with a 53.16. Tanner Tennyson, the number 5 machine, with a 5.466. Garrett Campbell, the 04 cart, with a 5.693. And Emery Peters, the 7X, 59.19. Qualifying for the cadets. Trying to improve on a 51.05 is the 277 Reinl as they get the checkered on the qualifying session. Janus in the number 2 spot, cart number 12 and the 14 of Butler. 2 drivers out of 6 getting down into that 51-second range, as the final carts will cross the stripe, getting the checkered flag on the qualifying session. Beautiful race day out here at Adams. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Drink plenty of water. Another hot one here at the legendary racetrack. Matthew Reinl with the late move, but won't improve. 51.05 in the number 1 spot for the 277 Matthew Reinl over Andrew Janus and Otto Butler. Troy Adams Coaching sponsoring the juniors coming out for qualifying. Senior and master up to the grid, please. Senior and master up to the grid for qualifying. Junior qualifying out on the racetrack. Junior's starting to record some lap times. Starting off with a 5:195. Tyson Polk, the 32. 5:197 for Richter, the 244. Mateo Richter. Cole Gaddis, the 233 with a 5:236. Fox Thompson, the 29 kart. Jeff Amundsen, the 916 kart with a 5.321. Brandon Chu, the 21 with a 5.358. Ryan Revel, the 112 with a 5.394. Kenzo, the 519, laying down a 5.4.12. 8 of them in the junior class. Senior and master up to the grid, please, for qualifying. Senior and master up to the grid for qualifying. We'll have a 15-minute break after qualifying before we go racing. There'll be a 15-minute short break before we get started with our heat laps after senior and master qualifying up next. Richter, the 244, a 5.152, keeps going faster. Fox Thompson, the 29. And Tyson Polk, the 32. That's your 3 quickest karts. Early on in the session, a 5.152 for the 244, Mateo Richter. Richter, Gaddis, and Thompson moving up to P3 now. Thompson, kart number 29, with a 5.184. Trouble over there in Little Monza. 2 of them getting tangled up back on the racetrack. Definitely going to hurt your qualifying time. Senior and Masters up to the grid, please, for qualifying. Richter improves to a 5.124 now, and the 244 machine's got it dialed in. Cole Gaddis a 233 with a 51.74, and Fox Thompson with a 51.84. $51.24, the time to beat by the 244 kart of Richter. Checkered flag coming out on the session as the karts will cross the finish line. With senior and master qualifying up next. We will have a short 15-minute break before the heat race with kid karts getting us started. Richter, 51.24, the 244 kart. The 32 Polk moves back up to P2 with a 51.71. And Gaddis, the 233, with a 51.74. After this session, we will have a short 15-minute break before we go racing with Kid Kart. So you do have a little bit of time there. A short 15-minute break after this final group goes out on track for qualifying. $54.88 for Jacob Reese, the 777. Nick Rajewski running Masters runs a 54.42 in the 46. Reese, a senior driver, along with Garbo, the 252, lays down a 52.63. For Joe Berdino, just lays down a 53.78 in the 909 cart. So Garbo leads the way in senior, the cart number 252 with a 52.63. Nick Rajewski leading the way in Masters with a 54.42 in cart number 46. Rajewski, the 46, leading the way in Master over Velasquez, 53.57. Garbo, the 252, leading the way in Senior over the 8 of Kurt Smith with a 52.06. Five 3.50 for the 46 of Rajewski over Velasquez. 2 Masters drivers and 5 seniors. Garbo leading the way, cart number 252 with a 52.06. Kurt Smith, the 8, second to Garbo with a 5.252. And then the 0.7 of Larry Hernandez with a 52.99. With time running out on the final qualifying session, there will be a 15-minute break after this, just a short break, and then we'll call Kid Karts up to go racing. Nick Rajewski, the 46, Masters driver, 53.30. Over the number 6 with a 54.43, that's Velasquez. 51.72 for Garbo, the 252. Over Kurt Smith, the 8 kart, with that 52.527. Checkered flag out next time through. Checkered flag out on the session. Masters, Nick Rajewski, the 46, goes P1 with that 53.30. Garbo, a 51.72, leading the way in senior. Kart number 252. And we'll take about a 15-minute short break before we go racing. And listen for the call to the grid. It'll be Kid Karts getting us started. Once again, we'll be on a short 15-minute break, and then we'll call Kid Karts up for the heat race. All right, just about 6 minutes out. Kid karts starting to make their way up to the grid. So we'll go ahead and call up the class. Kid karts making their way up to the grid, please, for an 8-lap heat race. Sponsored by Moss Brothers. Followed by Cadets, sponsored by Native Racing. Then Juniors, sponsored by Troy Adams Coaching. And Senior Master, sponsored by RLV. Like to also thank Minus 273 Gloves, Piston Bones Graphics, Tolotzen Karts. Check them out over there at the Adams Pro Shop before you go home. And, of course, Troy Adams Coaching. Kid karts will get us started. Just about 5 minutes away. Kid karts up to the grid. Kid karts up to the grid. Gave you guys a short little break there. Gave our workers a much-needed water break. Working hard out there today in the heat. And we'll call up kid karts to the grid. Time to go racing on Championship Saturday at Adams. So it'll be the kid cards getting things started. Time to go racing. Heat races scheduled to go 8 laps. Kid cards followed by cadets, juniors, and senior and masters. So be getting ready. They're only 8 laps. So listen for your call up to the grid. Cadets can start heading up to grid B if you'd like to head up that way. 8 laps scheduled for the heat races. And the main scheduled to go 15 laps. A little bit later on this afternoon on the final round here, Championship Saturday, $10,000 kicked down by Native Racing. Special thanks to Native Racing. 1 cadet driver is going to Spain to go racing, and that driver will be named at today's trophy presentations. Little track walk with the coach out there. Troy knows. And they're listening. They're just going to show them what's up on the start, how they're going to do it. Make sure you register now here at Adams for the rest of our events in 2023, December 2nd and 16th, and wrapping it up in 2024 on January 6th of next year will be our Winter Karting League. 4-cycle league for 2024 will kick up February 17th and run through July. And the winter karting classes are Kid Kart, Tag Mini, 100cc Tag Junior, 100cc Tag Senior, and Masters, Open Shifter, 4-cycle Junior 1 and 2, and 4-cycle Senior and Masters. 4-cycle classes offered will be Kid Kart, Cadet, Junior, Senior, and Masters. Kid Kart's climbing in their machines. Looks like they're getting ready to go. And we'll be ready to go with our first race of the day. Sponsored by Moss Brothers. It'll be the Kid Karts. The young guns, the future of the sport, the next generation of racers. Here at the world-famous Adams Motorsports Park, where heroes are born. It'll be Chase Rittering, the 56. Lion McPhail, the 55. Cash Hornsby, the 61. Ezra Gerstenberger is the number 2 machine. And Adriana Molina, the 88. 5 of them scheduled to go in Kid Karts. Our first race. They'll keep them slowed down. Side by side, paired up. Very important for the young guns of the sport to learn the whole staging process, the starting process off the grid, and how you approach the line. Because if they stick around and move up through the junior ranks into seniors, this is what they're going to be doing. They get the green flag, and we are racing. First race of the day. Looks like a good start as they'll get on the throttle and charge into the first of 2 bank turns. Here at Adams, it's Big Monza on lap number 1. Starting to settle into single file position already. Looks like the field making it through. And it's a good, clean start for the youngsters. 56 of Rittering on the hole shot. Got out there on the early advantage as he brings it out of that tricky left-hander. You can get in some trouble there. Or you can gain on your competition. Heading into Little Monza, the second bank turn. And they're clean on the green. Now through the bus stop. And two of them trying to get away and check out from the rest of the field here on lap number 1. Championship Saturday. 4-cycle league at Adams. Rittering will lead on lap number 1, cart number 56. After a good start, he's got the advantage over the 55. Had a good day racing at the club race here at Adams last Sunday. It was a nice little tune-up for the 55 of Lion McPhail. Trying to reel in the leader, coming down that short straightaway into Little Monza. And we've got a good race to start.